170. Alright, so just got done with the hour-and-a-half fasted cardio. It is currently pretty late, 11:30. Biggest change with like my new cardio routine has been trying to like map out the extra time. I have to wake up super early during the week to do my Wednesday session because it is an hour and a half. But so like Sundays whenever I try to like sleep in, like, and I have a little bit of time to kind of chill. Excuse me. It ends up being like super late before I can even get my first meal in. So I'm gonna head back, see how much water weight I lost, go ahead and weigh in, and then get my first meal in. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, what is up guys? I am currently just got done at the gym with leg day. It's actually like 3 days past the part of the video you guys just watched. It's been super busy with the photo shoot for the new products and everything that's been going on with that, as far as getting content and everything ready for the drop. It's just been super busy, and I wanted to apologize because I haven't done any college cutting videos yet this week, and this is going to be the first one for this week, so I'm going to try to get 2 or 3 out this next week for you guys. But I wanted to, you know, I kind of wanted to make this series because I know a lot of people like to get in shape for summer and everything, and so I know it's something that I can kind of help with, and can be important for you guys to kind of learn. So as I kind of said, this is going to be the cardio video, so I'm going to kind of go through the 3 major, or 2 major, and one of them is kind of a fad, I would say, types of cardio. And I don't know if fad's the right word, but it's a newer, not as well liked, or I don't know, it's kind of like, it's just different from the other 2. There's LISS, low intensity steady state cardio. There's HIIT, high intensity interval training, and then apparently there's this new one which is MISS, and it's moderate intensity steady state. And like I said, it may not be new, but it's not as widely used or accepted really. So you guys can kind of take that with a grain of salt. If somebody wants to try it out and let me know kind of how it goes, and by all means. But basically, like I said, LISS, MISS, and HIIT. So first I'm going to start out with LISS. Low intensity steady state training. This is going to be your stuff like treadmill walks, could be outdoor walks. My favorite version of LISS cardio is incline treadmill. That is usually my go-to on cuts and stuff, because as someone who does a lot of weight training, if you're doing a lot of high impact HIIT kind of cardio workouts, then you can get into a lot of things that, you know, for me, I played basketball for a very large portion of my life, so my knees aren't that great. So if I'm doing a lot of HIIT cardio and high impact type stuff, I am going to, I'm not able to train legs near as effectively, and so I need to be able to do that for bodybuilding, obviously. So LISS cardio is low impact, allows me to still burn the same amount of calories and get the same amount of a deficit going, but I'm able to conserve my joints and muscles better. So my go-to for LISS is incline walking. Another thing can be like, bike riding, the little bicycles that you can find in the gyms and stuff like that. Like I said, just regular treadmill walk, incline walk, things like that. It could be elliptical, anything where you keep your, basically what you want to do is keep your heart rate between, I can't remember the exact number, I think it's about 0.65 of your body weight, but I would say a minimum. So if you're a very small female or a smaller guy, you don't want to go below about like 100 beats per minute. So it's kind of important to track your heartbeat, and most cardio machines are going to have that, or if you have, you know, an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or something like that, you can track it relatively easy. I think most phones even can do it for you if you go into your little health app for whatever your phone is. But usually the range is about 100 to 130 beats per minute. How I have mine set up, I usually aim for about 140 minimum. And like I said, 0.65 to 0.75 is what I've seen and kind of heard to go for. But you know, if you only weigh 100 pounds, obviously, you know, your resting heartbeat's going to be around 65 to 70 beats per minute, so that doesn't make any sense for you. So I would shoot for at least 100 if you're a smaller person, but you want to stay between 100 to 130, and if you're bigger, then go for that kind of 130 to 140 range. So that's LISS cardio, and then we've got MISS cardio, which this one is the one that I'm not super familiar with because it's different from the kind of norm. But moderate intensity steady state, like I said, you want to shoot for 140 to 160 beats per minute. So technically, I guess you could say I'm almost doing MISS cardio, even though I don't really know why it's a thing. It's probably sounding redundant me saying that, but it's a challenging but manageable pace, and it's gonna apparently can help you boost your endurance and kind of shoot off more of those endorphins. So you know how once you get through with a workout, a lot of times with cardio sessions especially, you feel like you can, you know, just take on the world at the end, and those are your endorphins that are firing off. So they make you feel super good, super accomplished, like may even make you feel motivated, and that's why, you know, cardio can be super fun at the beginning of a cut, especially because although you're going to dread starting it, by the end of it you feel like super good and accomplished, and that's because of the endorphins. It's kind of the scientific effects behind it. But some examples of this are going to be things like Stairmaster, which I do once per week, just a jog, the elliptical if you go a little bit faster than you would for a LISS session, cycling, or things like rowing. So they have the row machines. At a lot of gyms, they have those little row machines you can track distances, times, all that stuff on, so that works as well. And then you've got HIIT, which is high intensity interval training, like I said earlier. HIIT is going to be shorter sessions. So with LISS and MISS especially, you want to go longer sessions because you can burn the same amount of calories, but it's going to take you longer, obviously, because you're not expending as much energy. It's just a constant kind of flow of energy. But with HIIT, you want to keep your heart rate during the high intensity parts, your intervals that are high intensity. You want to keep your heart rate at about 180 plus beats per minute, so super hard where you're pushing yourself. And this is going to be 10 to 30 second rounds at like 90%, you know, max heart rate. So you are going all out for these, and you can really mix up your intervals. It doesn't have to be 10 to 30 seconds by any means. Whenever I first started doing cardio and still had, you know, relatively low soreness and my body wasn't as near as deteriorated as it is now, I used to do like sprint work basically twice per week. I would do LISS, and then I would do sprint work, and I would alternate days for my fasted cardio. And so what the sprint work looked like for me was I would do like about a 15-minute warm-up where I just walked, and then I would do 2 minutes of an all-out sprint followed by 3 minutes of a walk. And so you can break up your intervals kind of how you see fit, and how it's easier for you. They recommend on here, on the article that I've got pulled up, kind of for research, to relay it to you guys, they recommend 10 to 30 second intervals. But like I said, it's gonna vary from person to person on kind of what your preferences are. But so aim for a super high heart rate, and what kind of the benefits of it is it's going to boost your metabolic rate. It's going to boost your kind of strength and power as well, because it is a form of, you know, endurance training, and since you're expending so much energy, your muscles can react and build actually off of it. So like I said, it is a lot more higher impact, so for me it makes more sense to do LISS, or I guess miss as well. But you can, it's just whatever works for your schedule. It's going to be different for every person, and that's the important thing, is finding what works for you. So if you're someone that doesn't do a lot of weight training, and maybe your 3 to 4 workouts a week are just going to be cardio workouts, you probably want to go for HIIT, because there's going to be more benefits for you, and you don't have to, if you're already strapped for time, you don't have to be in the gym for a super long time. So examples of this, like I said, sprint work, sleds, you could be pushing or pulling sleds, the AIRDYNE, and like battle ropes is another common one that you can find at a lot of gyms. So that pretty much breaks down cardio. Just so you guys know, if anyone wants to kind of structure there similar to mine, I used to do fasted cardio every morning, and then I would do, or every weekday morning, and then 2 evening cardio sessions per week after weight training. But with the way my new coach has it structured, I've got a fasted cardio session that is an hour and a half long, so super long, but I do less sessions per week now, so that's okay. I do an hour and a half on Wednesday morning fasted, and then I do an hour, and that the Wednesday session is incline walking. And then Friday, after my arm workout, I do 1 hour on the Stairmaster, which is brutal. And then Sunday morning fasted, which Sunday used to be my complete off day, but now it is fasted cardio only. And that is another hour and a half session on the incline walker. So I'll have that tomorrow. Today's Saturday leg day. One thing that I would kind of also say, don't put in cardio on your leg days. I think this is a mistake that a lot of people do, and it can work out for you, but oftentimes you don't want to do that, because your leg days, when done right, should be the equivalent of like 3 to 4 cardio sessions. You should be burning that many calories really on leg days, because it is your legs, and it's involving a lot more of your cardiovascular system than normal workouts, and so it's going to be several cardio sessions essentially combined into one. And so I wouldn't recommend doing any cardio on your leg days, because that is such a high energy expenditure already. You're already burning a ton of calories. But like I said, take my advice with a grain of salt and find what works for you, because ultimately that's what you're going to be able to stick to. And so I hope everybody is kind of getting something out of the videos. I know this was kind of a weirdly structured one, and I apologize for not putting any more college cutting videos out this week, but I will get on top of that. A couple that I have planned are supplements, how to stay motivated, how to track your progress, things like that. So be on the lookout for those. Subscribe if you get something out of this, and you want to see those future ones. Let's see what else. I'm currently today 4 weeks out, so 1 month out from my first physique competition, and so I'm starting to get really nervous. We'll see how it goes, but busy week coming up. Gotta push out some more videos and keep up with the content for AG with the new drop, because that drop will be happening this week, and hope it goes well and everything. So say an extra prayer for that. But I'm pulling up to the apartment now, so I'm gonna get my second meal of the day in, and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.